Are you missing traveling as much as we do? On our channel we create travel guides and lists. But today we take you on an imaginary journey around the world to do the best 50 bucket list experiences for travelers. So grab a water or a glass of wine and let's start dreaming again. This will be a rather long video. To make it easier for you, there are timestamps in the description for every activity. So don't let us waste any more time and start off the video. Let's start our trip relaxed. Firstly, you'll need some time to plan everything. French Polynesia is a hidden gem for most travelers. But spending a few nights in an overwater bungalow in any of the small islands in the South Pacific is something you should not miss. Wake up to sunrise with a stunning sea view and jump in the crystal clear waters directly from bed. After sleeping over water, let's fly into the sky. A magical air balloon ride in Kapadokya, Turkey will leave you in awe while showing you a view over this unique landscape. Get up early in the morning and enjoy the sunrise up above Cappadocia with fellow travelers. After you landed, eat a delicious Turkish breakfast at one of the many rooftops overlooking the town. Another Instagram spot you must not miss is Santorini. The sheer amount of pictures taken from the blue rooftops overlooking the sea is mind-blowing. Nevertheless, you should not miss out your opportunity to take this iconic picture for yourself. Though not all rooftops are public, so ask for permission first. After that, stroll through the city and enjoy the sunset with a glass of wine. To tick off the obvious goals on our list, we need to travel to Venice now. Even though it can get very crowded, it's definitely worth a visit once. The canals running through the city and more than 400 small bridges make this a very unique place. The most traditional thing to do is to take a gondola and be driven through the canals of Venice, experiencing it from a very different point of view. Consider coming in April-May to avoid high seas. If you're more into wildlife, the Kruger National Park in South Africa offers you the perfect chance to see wild animals in their natural habitat. Drive through the savannah and try to spot all of the big five. Consider spending your night in one of the many luxurious lodges directly at the park to make this trip even more special and have breakfast with the game just in front of you. The next step after admiring nature is admiring architecture. If you're into architecture, the magical cathedral in Moscow will give you chills. The colorful domes of this majestic building should be on everyone's bucket list while traveling to Russia. We strongly suggest to head over to St. Petersburg to the beautiful Church of Savior on the Spilled Blood too. A modern architectural wonder is the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. Singapore is one of our favorite cities in the world, and not surprisingly, it hosts one of the best pools in the world too. At the iconic Marina Bay Sands Hotel, you have the possibility to swim on top of the city and enjoy the stunning view while sipping on a cocktail and enjoying life. This is not a cheap experience because it requires you to spend a night in this luxurious hotel to access the pool, but it's absolutely worth the price. After our favorite city, let's go ahead to one of our favorite places on Earth. The natural beauty of El Nido is unreached in our opinion. Hop on a boat and take a tour to the many breathtaking views this spot on Earth provides. We strongly recommend to opt for a private tour and witness the natural beauty of the big lagoon and discover secret beaches, which will be an absolute highlight on your trip to Palawan.
If you like winter, Lapland is the perfect place for you. Every traveler should have seen the Northern Lights at least once, and Finland makes it most comfortable. Sleeping under the stars in a glass igloo is truly something special. Huddle together and, if you're lucky, admire the natural spectacle of the Northern Lights directly from your bed. You can just realize the force of nature if you experience it firsthand. A safe way to do so is visiting the Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. The massive waterfalls will impress you so much you will question your place on Earth. If you can afford to spend a little more, take a helicopter ride and watch this spectacular sight from above. As a traveler, it's essential to broaden your horizon, and these waterfalls will do exactly that. If you want fun for young and old, the Disney theme parks in Orlando will give you just that. After entering, you will be sucked into a different world and forget about the real one. Stroll through one of the 5 parks and watch out for Mickey and Minnie Mouse to take your picture with one of the most iconic figures in film history. In Orlando, you can find many more amusement parks to visit, Therefore, it is the perfect place to spend your literal dream vacation with the whole family. You've probably already heard of the breathtaking train ride from Kandy to Ella in Sri Lanka. To reach the city of Ella, it will take you approximately 6 hours, although the distance between the two cities is just 150 kilometers. Chugging slowly through the unique landscape of the highlands, past small villages, rice fields and forests, curious eyes of local children will look at you and illuminate you in a way only children can do it. The ride is a real experience and the hours just fly by while you look out the window and can hardly believe your eyes. Another unforgettable activity is to jump in a hole in the ground. Hold on, let me explain. In Mexico you'll find sinkholes filled with groundwater. These underground lakes are called cenotes and they're amazingly beautiful. Swimming in one of those is a very mystical experience. After leaving, you will be blessed by a local priest in order to not come up with any bad energy or any other spirits from down there. Israel, not your standard travel destination, but a one-of-a-kind adventure with lots of things to explore. The main reason why people come to Israel is to visit the birthplace of Jesus. While opinions may vary, we recommend to visit both Nazareth and Bethlehem. No matter if you believe in Jesus, Allah or any other god, Israel is a historical and very interesting place that can be visited by everyone. After exploring your spiritual side, remind yourself that you're still a human. What better place to do that than in one of the most famous pubs worldwide, the Temple Bar in Dublin. Enjoy a cold Guinness beer while heating up conversations with strangers or have fun with friends. Just don't concentrate only on the beer, as Dublin and the whole country have a lot of more beautiful places and bars to explore. It's probably time to calm down a bit now. Let's hop on a cruise ship and take a trip to the astonishing Ha Long Bay in Vietnam. The beauty of this place is just jaw-dropping, although it would be a pity to stay just on the boat, as you can visit local villages or jump into the ocean and admire the impressive rocks and turquoise waters. Within 2 hours of flight time from Vietnam, you can reach the city of Siem Reap in Cambodia. The impressive temples of Angkor Wat, what most tourists come for, are just a 15-minute ride away from the city. Come here for sunrise to explore the site in a peaceful way with only few tourists. In the evening, you should not miss out on having a party at the famous pub street in Siem Reap.
On our way back to Europe, let's stop by in Cuba. Visiting the capital Havana is a must for travelers. Its unique culture and its gorgeous, colorful ambience is relaxing and exciting at the same time. Hop in one of the many colorful old-timers and enjoy your drive while exploring cigar shops and live music pubs. You could spend years just exploring the city and villages of Italy. But to really see the country with your heart, you need to explore the countryside too. And what better way to drive through the beautiful landscapes of Italy as in a traditional Fiat 500. It's small and reliable, while giving you the feeling of being a local. You just need to cut down the wine drinking a little. If you really want to disconnect from the world, Wanderlust is the place to go. Leave everything behind and relive the easy life of the Bedouins while witnessing the amazing sunset over the desert. Eat your dinner at the bonfire with a traditional tea and listen to the stories of the friendly Bedouins. What a great way to connect with locals. We must admit, Chefchaouen is one of the most beautiful places we have ever been to. All the streets and the walls of the houses are painted in various shades of blue. Walking through the Medina makes you go back in time, and we even recommend to get lost in all the small side roads to explore some hidden spots. Going back to Europe, you have the chance to visit many impressive castles. One of the most famous and probably one of the most beautiful ones too is the castle of Neuschwanstein in Bavaria, Germany. Its impressive architecture and surrounding area makes you think you live in a fairy tale. Even the scenic road to this site is a beautiful experience in itself. Though, standing in front of it and admiring its beauty is something even more enchanting. Everyone can feel like a princess or a prince next to this amazing castle. Speaking of castles, this one has been on our bucket list for so long. Sintra is home to many places and castles, but the most colorful one is the Palazzo da Pena. The view you'll get from up the hill where the castle resides is just out of this world. Overlooking the city of Lisbon while exploring the magnificent castle is unchallenged. People from all over the world are queuing in front of the gates to see this jaw-dropping building. To avoid the queue, come here early in the morning. A castle with a darker history is Bran's Castle in Romania, also known as former home to the world's most famous vampire, Count Dracula. Also, if the character of Dracula is just a novel by Bram Stoker, why not make it sure by yourself if it's just a story? On Halloween, you will have the spooky chance to stay overnight. Are you scared now? Don't panic. At this place all you have to worry about is which swimsuit to wear. A very unique but also fun experience are the swimming pigs of Exuma Island. No one really knows how they got there, but they seem to have adapted themselves and now living their best life at 30 degrees Celsius on white sand beaches. Although they are not dangerous, try to keep your distance, as you may have heard that they like to bite beautiful girls in the butt. But can you really be mad at them though? Remember Game of Thrones? What a question. If you ever dreamed of feeling like a Targaryen, this is a place for you. Visit Essaouira, the place where the Mother of Dragons won the hearts of the Unsullied, then travel on to the ancient village of At Ben Haddou to see where she freed the slaves of the now called Bay of Dragons. An experience no true fan should miss.
After freeing slaves, we have some time for a coffee break. The best way to grab one is directly at the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul. While strolling through the huge market with over 4,000 shops, you might need a short break. Grab a delicious Turkish coffee at one of the many stalls. Don't be shy, locals are very friendly and will immediately welcome you. Further, you might get some insider tips for visiting the city. Not only during the famous carnival, Rio is an awesome city to visit all year round. In no other place you can dance, sing, flirt and enjoy life better while relaxing at the Copacabana beach. No one should miss the opportunity to have a beach party right at the shores of the South Atlantic Ocean. Just remember that Cristo Redentor is always watching you. Not far from Brazil, the most colorful rock formation you'll ever see is located. Take a guided trekking tour with a Peruvian llama and wonder how unique this place is. Despite all its natural beauty, you might get out of breath quickly, because the Rainbow Mountains are located 5,200 meters above sea level. Peru, of course, is most known for the Machu Picchu. And even if this site is a little touristy nowadays, it is something nobody should miss out on. Exploring the ancient culture of the Inca folks will make you question how they were able to build this architectural wonder 600 years ago. Staying in South America, one of the most unique experiences in the entire world is probably spending one night in the Amazon rainforest. By default, this is the place not many humans travel to, making it a great place to connect with yourself and nature. Wake up with the sounds of Mother Nature and enjoy the views over the Amazon River just in front of you. Going back to civilization, let's not rush again. Why not enjoy one of the most romantic sunsets in one of the most romantic cities? With a spectacular view over Florence, surrounded by lush green hills and calming live music, this place has to be on your bucket list. No other sunset had left us in such an awe than this one. The Eiffel Tower itself is a must-see when you're traveling to France. If you want to add a little twist to it, why not come in winter and try ice skating directly beneath it? With a lit up tower in Advent season, Paris gets even more romantic. It may be the perfect place to go for a proposal too. As we are already in Europe during Advent season, let's head up to Finnish Lapland. At Santa Claus Village, the dream of every child will come true. Meet Santa in person and sit on his lap to tell him about your wishes for Christmas. And to be honest, even if you are grown up, isn't this still on your bucket list?
They say the Great Wall of China is the only monument you can see from outer space. And even if that's not true, walking on the longest man-made building on Earth is a very unique experience. Why not combine it with a visit to Beijing during the Chinese New Year? Another way to welcome a new year is to celebrate it during Songkran, the Thai New Year's festival. The most fun aspect about Songkran is that everybody will get wet. Nowadays, people are having water fights on the streets with water guns and buckets being thrown on everyone passing by. This is not only great fun, but it's also the way of local people to wish each other a happy new year. usually celebrated in April, the hottest month of all, it is also a pleasant and refreshing escape from the heat and humidity. Another very impressive man-made building is located in Rome. This monument was built around 324 AD and is one of the most impressive churches built in ancient Rome. Those feeling fit enough can even climb up the 551 steps to the top and reward themselves with a spectacular view over the city and the Via della Concellazione, connecting the Vatican State with the historical center of Rome. After all these steps, it's time for some relaxation. The Blue Lagoon in Iceland offers one of the most unique hot springs we have ever been to. The turquoise hot water is a mix of fresh and seawater and gives you energy for the next part of your trip. Another perfect place to take a bath you'll find in Israel. The Dead Sea lets you easily float in the water due to its high salinity. At 400 meters below sea level, it is famous for being the lowest point on Earth. The terrain is said to have healing powers regarding skin issues. Further, you have the possibility to visit one of the many onsens in Japan. These thermal baths combine the healing power of water with traditional Japanese lifestyle. Most of the onsens will have separated areas for men and women, so consider checking out some for mixed genders if you want to come here with your partner. There are even ones where you can bath in chocolate or wine, for some reason. You see, we like wine. Let's stay in this beautiful country for another bucket list experience. For animal lovers, the Nara Park near Osaka is a heartwarming place. You can feed wild deers from your bare hand and get really close to this shy animal. There is one thing Japan can best: letting the cherry blossoms bloom. Between March and April, depending where you are, the whole country transforms into a fairy tale. Overlooking Mount Fuji, in contrast to the blooming trees and celebrating spring with locals, we stay in your mind forever. Sakura, as Japanese call it, is a dreamlike experience no traveler must leave out.
Very different, but as impressive as Sakura, are the fjords of Norway. Climb up the mountains and stand on the edge of them while being flashed from the beauty of the fjord is a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Alternatively, you can easily take a wonderful cruise through the stunning landscape. Liking mountains? Let's ramp up the speed a little. Going downhill in one of the excellent ski resorts in Italian Dolomites makes your adrenaline rush through your veins. Even if you're a beginner, there are plenty of opportunities to learn skiing or snowboarding in a breathtaking surrounding. After a long winter day outside, warm yourself up with a mulled wine or a typical bombardino. Remember the color of the Blue Lagoon? The Dolomites offer a glacial lake with the same beautiful color. The lake's surface is located 1,925 meters above sea level and reachable within 2.5 hours hike, but rewards you with its unique color and beautiful nature surrounding it. Equally fun, but still completely different, is Holi, the festival of colors in India. At the first full moon of the Indian month Falguna, people celebrate on the streets and throw colorful powder onto each other. Crazy, full of love and happiness are the best words to describe this unique cultural event. No travel list is really complete without Bali. The amount of things to do there is almost countless. One of our favorites is definitely swinging over the green rice fields. Even though it's rather touristy, it is an experience for young and old, truly worth the hype. While you're in Bali, you cannot miss having a floating breakfast in one of the many hotels on the island. Swimming in the pool while eating fresh fruits and drinking your morning coffee is the best way to start your day. We honestly could wake up every day like this. Only a short flight away from Bali, you'll find the beautiful city of Chiang Mai in northern Thailand. In November, the Festival of Lights, called Loy Krathong, takes place. Buy a handmade krathong, a small float made out of banana leaves and flowers, and set it free into the river while giving thanks to the gods for the amazing experiences you were able to have so far. Further, make a wish and launch a paper lantern into the sky. Witness hundreds of these lanterns flying over your head and enjoy the evening on the streets with hundreds of other people. After all these activities, it's time to celebrate your accomplishment. What better way to do this as at the most iconic festival of the entire world? The Oktoberfest is the ending point of our journey and completes it with a big bang. We don't know any other place on earth where people celebrate this loud, this fun and this relaxed. Take on some games to win a prize or hop on a roller coaster in your gentle dress or leather pants. Spend your evening in a huge tent with live music and get yourself a massive beer. Don't worry, in Germany it's a unit for drinks and it means 1 liter. Just don't drink that much or you'll forget about all the amazing things happened so far.
What